Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Coast to Coast with Coach Miller. I'm Matt Bowling here with the man himself, OU head coach Austin Miller. Coach, great to be back. I know we had to do a little hiatus because of some scheduling issues, but we are back. We're back on track. You ready to get after it?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. You guys dropped a tough couple games last weekend to Missouri State, both one goal losses off of late goals. What are your takeaways looking back on that series?
I thought we actually played really well in both games for the most part. There was a little bit of lulls there at times, but was really happy with the level of play that we put on the ice. Takeaways are, unfortunately, we're still kind of finding ways to lose games instead of finding ways to win games, and that's kind of been the case since this losing streak started at Colorado State, where in both those games we had leads late and found a way to lose those games. And same thing this weekend. We were tied late in the third period in both games and gave up goals, and again, finding ways to lose games versus finding ways to win games. There's a lot of positives to kind of take away. At the point when we played the games, they were ranked number 7 in the country. And so, for us to compete with the 7th ranked team in the country for 3 periods or 6 periods over the course of the weekend, there's a lot of positives that came from that. With that said, it's, as a coach, you kind of look at ways you can improve, and there's still a lot of areas that we have to kind of find a way to get better at, and it's a lot of just little details here and there that are causing us to give other teams more opportunities to score than they're actually earning themselves. Going over, doing a lot of video with the guys over the last couple of weeks, and that's kind of been the theme, is there's too many goals that other teams are getting through our mistakes, as opposed to other teams doing great things to kind of earn them. And so, we have to really find a way to button those errors up so that we are eliminating the other team's scoring chances. That's the type of team that we're trying to be, is one that does not give up a ton of grade A scoring chances. And again, that's kind of was the problem this weekend, is we were giving up too many odd man rushes, and they were capitalizing on those odd man rushes. But again, it was at our own fault versus them kind of doing things to earn those odd man rushes.
All right. Now, overall, based on your performance last weekend, how confident are you that you guys can snap that losing streak this weekend when you head to Alabama?
If we can continue to build the way that we have over the course of the last, handful of weeks and handful of games, I'm very confident that, we'll be able to kind of snap out of it and put some wins on the right side of the column there. We've done some really good things. We've put some good, periods together, some consistent periods, some consistent games. And, one of the other things that we're trying to do is put consistent practices together. And I think we've started to really do that and make some really good strides over the last couple of weeks. And so, if we can play at the level that we played at this weekend, I have no doubt that, we'll come away from the games this weekend with a couple wins. And if we take some steps back and do the things that we've been working to get out of our game and out of our systems, to speak, hopefully that happens. Got all the confidence in the world in the boys that we can come away with a couple wins. It's just a matter of making sure we're focused and making sure we're paying attention to the little things so that we're able to come away with the wins.
All right. Now this is kind of an interesting feature of the schedule. You've had your past three series or conference series, but now you're kind of getting back into a non-conference matchup. Are there any differences in the way that you approach those non-conference series at this point in the season?
Not really. I mean, for us, we have to really, approach every single game as if we're, competing for the national championship that game. The fact that we, didn't take care of business the last handful of weeks has left us in a very tough position. And we really need to start stringing some, wins together, not only against, the teams that, are above us in the rankings, but also teams that are below us in the rankings. And we have to, find a way to, compete our hardest and, play, like I said, like they're, a national championship game, and put everything on the line and, really, hopefully find ways to win versus finding ways to lose. And again, I'm very confident that the group can do that. And so at this point, it doesn't matter if we're playing UCO, Alabama, IUP, Arkansas, whoever is on our schedule. We have to show up with the mentality that this is a must-win game. And I think we're at that point in the season. We're at that point with our losing streak that we're on. We really have to turn things around, and it's a must. And so it doesn't really affect how we're going to prepare and how we're going into the weekend. It's a must win for us.
All right. Well, that's about all we have for you on this week's edition of Coast to Coast with Coach Miller. The games at Alabama this weekend will both be streamed on Black Dog. So if you have a Black Dog subscription from watching our home games, you can just go on there and tune in.